Greetings, people of the internet. Tonight I'd like to talk to you about a controversial topic that's been bugging me for some time now. Uh, High school blood donation. Yeah, it seems like it's everyone's favorite charity, doesn't it? But what if I told you your favorite charity is not as innocent as you think? Now, what if I told you that young teenagers are almost 5 times as likely to faint from doing this and get injuries from fainting as an adult? And what if I told you that young teens are about 14 times as likely to experience a fainting injury, such as concussions, cuts requiring stitches, and dental injuries, including broken jaws? All this serious enough for outside medical care. How about that? I'm not making this up. This is the New York Times that said this. So you have a problem with these facts, take it up with them. Also, it seems like the world loves to push its most painful, unpleasant drudgeries on the youth of the world. Like, take the military draft. All the older people love to just sit behind the lines and send the kids up to the front, and they take the brunt of all the violence and all the bloodshed. And, they'd like to save it all for the kids. Like school officials who probably don't even do this push it very hard, which is a direct quote from someone I know who was in high school recently. And they want to ram their giant needle, and it is an extra large needle, into the veins of a young person and drain them for 5 to 10 minutes. Well, they weaken by the second, and then they end up dumping 2/3 of it in the end. That's what a friend of mine told me, that it was 2/3. I'm not sure if it's quite that much, but he says at high schools it is. So it seems like it's less because they think they need to do it and more of an education course to teach kids and, encourage them to keep coming back. And if you ask me, they're just shooting themselves in the foot, because this would make me run for the hills long before ever thinking about doing this. Did I mention cognitive impairment? What a disgusting display of child abuse. And the only real reason that this goes on is because kids are free. What I mean by that is these blood banks don't need to pay the young people, they don't need to bribe them to do this. They just rely on the school officials to brainwash them and guilt trip them into letting themselves be violated and raped. That's harassment and should be illegal. Also, one time at my place of work, this was going on, and one person did it and wound up being carted out on a stretcher with the dreaded bandage around their arm, and they fainted and needed serious medical attention. And that's not just a once in a while thing. It happens a lot, and it happens mostly to kids, because kids have the most to lose from this. If you're a parent and you're young and your son or daughter wants to do this, stand firm and tell them don't. And it's like, I'm not saying if you are an adult you should do this, because according to my opinion, nobody should do this, because it's an obscene act of violence. My stepdad got hepatitis C from a blood transfusion too, so I'm already have a reason to hate it. Just to sum it up though, if you're a young person or anyone thinking about giving blood for the first time or any time, think twice, don't do it, because it'll hurt you in the end.